Hello there YouTube, it's the Tea Drinker UK. I'm going to tell you the second part of my trip to Sheffield, which is the actual concert. I got to the Motorpoint Arena at about sort of 5:30, and there was already people there queuing on the stairs, and then it turns out that quite a lot of them were members of the Bar Italia Forum, which I'm a member of. It's a big sort of pulp forum, and it's baritalia.activeboard.com. If you want to have a look there, you'll find some interesting stuff, interesting pulp stuff. Yeah. So anyway, about 6:30, the doors opened. We all flooded in. I managed to get near the front. I was about a couple of rows away from the barrier, on Mark and Canada's side of the stage, and yeah, they didn't have a support act. Instead, they were showing these sort of home movies. They were kind of sort of very kind of, it's hard to describe them. They were very kind of amateurish, but rather fun. There was 3 videos that showed kind of Jarvis from the late 70s as kind of young schoolboy, very tall schoolboy with sort of very curly hair and glasses, and they showed this clips from a short film called The Three Spartans, which has become a bit of a sort of legend in terms of pulp fans. But anyway, the gig kicked off with "Do You Remember the First Time," as it always does, and it just got on better and better. They decided to do this kind of weird time travel thing. They did "My Lighthouse," which they did at Royal Albert Hall, but before they did it, they got loads and loads of toilet roll and threw them into the audience, and everyone was throwing toilet roll around. I ended up with a load of toilet roll over my head. It was quite funny. I nearly got hit in the face by a load of toilet roll as well, which was quite funny. So you had the whole sort of auditorium at the arena sort of draped around in toilet roll. It was all it was all very unusual. So they did "My Lighthouse," they did "Little Girl with Blue Eyes," and they did "Countdown" as a sort of time travel thing. What else happened? They had Richard Hawley on for a couple of songs as well. I think he came on for "This Is Hardcore." I didn't actually see him come on, but he did turn up, which was kind of interesting. Kind of look round. Oh, it's Hawley. Oh wow. He stayed and played a couple of songs. He did Lap Steel on Sunrise as well, which he did at Brixton. They also did Born to Cry, which they did for the soundtrack of Notting Hill, which hasn't been played live before. I think because Hawley was there, they sort of got it out of somewhere. And they finished off with Something Changed, which and they had like confetti cannons, like in Wireless when they did Common People. They had confetti cannons, and it was really funny because Jarvis started an impromptu sing along to White Christmas, and everyone sort of joined in except the band. Hang on, if you bear with me a minute, I'll get the set list. Hang on, the complete set list. You can find it. It's from pulpwiki.net. It was Do you remember the first time? Monday morning. Underwear, A Little Soul, Disco 2000, Sorted for Reason With, Feeling Called Love, I Spy, My Lighthouse, Little Girl with Blue Eyes, Countdown, Babies, Like a Friend, Help the Aged, Party Hard, This Is Hardcore, Sunrise, Bar Italia, Common People, Sheffield, Sex City, Born to Cry, Razzmatazz, Misshapes, and Something Changed. So that's the set list. Everything seemed to go quite well. There was a couple of technical issues. There was a CO2 machine down the front that sort of was leaking and spitting sort of frozen liquid everywhere. And it was quite fun because they had this violinist called, I can't remember if it's Jean Hook or Jean Cook, but she and Mark were kind of backing away from this thing and sort of flapping at the road crew, trying to say, look, help. And another thing, on Party Hard, poor Mark, his guitar was like really out of tune. And anyway, he was getting counted in by Nick, the drummer, and his guitar was completely out of tune. So he's kind of scrambling around trying to tune this guitar. He pulled it back though, but it was kind of funny. It's like every time I've seen them on, well, except at Wireless, something has gone wrong with his guitar. At Brixton, it completely died during the live bed show. At Royal Albert Hall, the power feed cut out during Disco 2000. Now this is during Party Hard. It's kind of unfortunate. Also, Jarvis fell over. I can't remember which song it was, but one of the road crew had to come and pick him up, but he fell over. So. But apart from those little problems, it was a fantastic concert, and it was amazing, you know, being in Sheffield. I hope to go back there. Maybe spend a bit more time there, maybe a couple of days, have a walk round, have a look at all the sort of Pulp related sites there. One last thing, there's a lot of discussion on the Richard Hawley forum about this stuff called Henderson's Relish. And I wanted to get a bottle of it on the way home. So I asked the woman in the hotel where I could get a bottle. I said, oh, you only get it in Morrison's. So I said, where's the nearest Morrison's? Oh, if you go round this road, if you go down this road and round about, and it's like loads of directions. Anyway, I set off with my suitcase because I just checked out the hotel. I'm walking down the road and come across this girl, and she says, and I says to her, can you tell me where Morrison's is? She says, oh, there's no Morrison's round here. You have to go all the way to Hillsborough. And I'm like, where's Hillsborough from here? And she said, oh, it's miles away. And I was like, okay, sod that. Get on the train, go back to Sheffield Central. And I went back to the train station, the central train station, and I asked this guy in the shop where I could get some Henderson's Relish, and he said, I don't know where you find it around here, but there are some Henderson's Relish flavoured crisps. And lo and behold, there was some Henderson's Relish flavoured crisps. And I bought a packet, and I had a bit of a munch on them. To be honest, I wasn't that impressed. Maybe it's because it's not like proper Henderson's Relish. So if I ever go back to Sheffield, I'll definitely have a look out for that. That's all I really have to say about my trip to Sheffield. I hope to go back. Thank you for watching my video. Keep drinking tea.